guys, Flabaliki here today and welcome back to Planet Coaster. So this episode we are going to finish up the trilogy of the episodes where I have been away, and we are going to decorate this coaster. So, and just make it look a little bit nice, because at the moment it's just blank grass hills. We want to look in something a little bit more like this, with trees and rocks and just generally looking a little bit nicer. So yeah, just as a reminder, as I mentioned just a second ago, I'm currently away, hence why I've recorded, this part and the last two right after each other, so that, just so you're aware. Now, a lot of people are in that priority queue there, which is interesting. Right, so we want to change the color of the track, because I don't think white is particularly working for me. I either want to do... Oh, wait, so the other ones are like sort of purple and that's just black. I was thinking yellow could be cool. That looks way more green than it does yellow. Oh, hang on, from this side looks... I don't know, this side looks really green. This side is like yellow. Okay, interesting. Maybe not yellow. Maybe like, that's not a brown. It looks kind of... The swatch looks brown, but that's definitely red. Problem is, I don't think there's really any actual browns in here. They need some actual brown colors, because... the thing is, I would like to do... I actually don't mind that color, to be honest. Now that I look at it, it's like, oh, actually... Did I choose the same color, or is that... I think it is the same color. Oh, that's the supports. No. I want the supports to say... They can say black. Oops. Because I think that was fine. That should be the same color. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't... After accidentally picking that color, I don't actually mind that. It looks kind of good. It's a nice contrast to like that right there and the rest of the park as well. Yeah, no, I actually accidentally like that. Cool. Now, the actual coaster car, I don't think it should be that sort of blue. So we've got this dark reddish brown. Maybe like... No, maybe not a yellow. Maybe a... What goes with red? Green, isn't it? Yeah. Because Christmas and all that. That's not really a green. That's more of a teal. So if we did that as well. Why does that look like it has blue on it? Unless that is a dark blue, not a black. Yeah, that was definitely a blue, not a black. Okay. Maybe that green there. Hang on, let me click off it, because it annoyingly highlights it when you're trying to do that. That could be okay. I don't know. We'll go with that for now. I don't know if I'm happy with those colors. Right, let's just have a look at the... let's go back over here, because we need to actually fix up this area here where I removed a bunch of trees. So, did I... Yeah. Oh, hello. We don't want that. Aligning to surface and building is good sometimes, but, sometimes I just want to place trees. So we get a couple of those in there, and then we'll get the smaller ones as... No, hang on. Actually, I think I did use some of these, didn't I? Did I? Yeah, I did. Get a few more of these in. Where are the... So that's the largest spruce. I need to... Because obviously I've got smaller ones. Unless it... Does it change size? Or is it... Did I just use... No, I use this. Okay. I definitely had one here, as evident by the one that I removed from here. Hang on. Let's do this. So let's go bring that down to the ground. I want to... Because I originally placed this so it looks like that root thing is like taking over the tree a little bit. But it can't... Oh, actually, no. That would probably not kill you, but... It would definitely scratch you. I might actually... Oh, hello. No, I don't want that much angle snap. I might actually have it sort of growing at a little bit of an angle there, because then it might hit your feet, but it'll be a little less painful. And I guess it kind of works as well, because then it looks a bit more spooky, and it has that sort of little vine thing on it too. That looks cool. That looks very cool. So we're going to get some more trees going around. Why is that angled? I swear that was angling it, but I guess not. Huh. No, I think it's just the tree model is a little bit tilted. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, we'll get some of these around here. Smaller one there. Because I want this ride over this side to blend into this whole sort of aesthetic of this spooky ride that we have over here. It should... Because it's in a way, it's like invading the area of this ride. It's coming over to where this ride is, where it's all themed. It's coming into the theme of this land, so we should probably respect it, understand that we're coming over here. So I just want to get all the trees sort of around like this. I know I think we deleted a few rocks or something from down the bottom. That should be okay. That looks good. Because then you sort of just enter this like foresty area and it just blends in beautifully. Okay, over here, I'm not sure if I want to do... So this is definitely supposed to be a mountain. So we want it to look like a mountain rather than being a forest. So thinking maybe if we give it a base coat, at least this little section here of, you know, rock and all that. Then these other bits can have more trees on it, but as we come up the top, we don't want it to. So I'm going to bring the size of this down as well and just get this other rock texture throughout it. And then we'll probably actually want to place some rocks as well, because otherwise it's just going to look a little bit weird. I don't know how well this will work, but we'll definitely see. So something like that just has a starter to the mountain. It currently looks like a poop. And I'm sure there's probably been comments saying it looks like a turd. I wouldn't be surprised because it kind of does. So good job, guys. Maybe like those trees. I don't want to do another like pine forest because it's a different. It's a different thing over here. So I don't want it to be the same, but we need it to be. That's sycamore. We could do these, especially because they look a little bit interesting, don't they? I might actually, what I will do, because we want it, because if you're standing over here, you don't want the trees sort of blocking the view of the mountain. So we'll make sure we do them low enough down that we're not, because you want to be standing here and you want to be able to see the peak. So we don't want to block it with the trees. It's all well and good having trees, but you don't, and I think we need to keep this little area here open so you can see the coaster there. So that's something that I want to make sure we don't block up. Of course we can get larger ones, but I think the larger ones will go in the back. Just around here or something. Like that. Because we don't want to overshadow the mountain and all that. I think that was probably too big there, actually. Whoops, no, that one's fine. One behind it there. This lighting is beautiful, though. I think they're actually probably too big. Maybe we'll keep it to the smaller ones. That one there is probably, the back is probably fine, but the other ones I think were a little too big. No, it's not even a sycamore. That's a sycamore. I meant a ponderosa pine. Apologies. Sorry, everybody. Apologies all round. Okay. So we also, that's obviously not done, but we're working towards it. We also had this little area here that I wanted to put water in. Which we'll most certainly do. That's good. I like that. Nice little bit there. Now, it's going nighttime, so should have paused. That was my bad. We will need to go to daytime so I can see what I'm doing. But we can probably grab out some rocks or something here. Now, these are really good now, especially with a line to surface, so it's sort of like rotate at all different angles. These will be really good around like the base of the mountain and that. And sort of just have like smatterings of them coming off a little bit, so it's not... So it's kind of looking like boulders are falling off the mountain or something like that. Especially there where it's kind of coming out and over. I think that looks cool. Now, obviously, we don't want to cover the whole mountain in rocks because that's not going to look particularly great. And we will need to do some rocky texture around the bottom here so we don't just have random rocks. And I think it'll look pretty cool. Maybe something like that. So we'll have sections of rock. Like I think that looks kind of cool. And of course, we can have some rocks in. Oh, okay, that's on the tree. Got to be careful when you're placing rocks that you're not putting them on the trees because that looks a little bit silly. Maybe like up here and then have like some bigger boulders. That's not a bigger boulder. Something like this. And I will pause it in a second. I'm just waiting for it to be a little bit brighter. That actually looks like I've kind of made that float a little bit there. So just get that rock in there. Okay. It's definitely starting to look more like something you'd see in a theme park. Kind of like the like small, I don't know the terms, but anyway, like a small mountain kind of thing that's supposed to look big but isn't actually big. It's actually, oh, hello. Let me just reselect that. Now, of course, we can also, if we want, just even bring some of the trees down a little bit. Because I want a tree there, but it needs to be like, what if we do that? It's interesting because then we could do like grass and all that around it. I think that's probably, as far as like trees and that go in this area, that's probably good. We can get some more around the back, but from the front view, it looks good. I think we can get probably some of the larger ones around the back as well, just because it's not going to be blocking any views. And it's mostly just for aesthetics around the back. Like you won't, because we don't want to block the line of sight for around the front of the coaster, but around the back, it shouldn't matter at all. Something like that. That's good. Then we'll just do probably some rocks and boulders there, but that looks good. I actually really love that you can only see that little bit of track coming up there around the back, and it's like you have no idea what else is happening around the back of the ride. I think that's cool. This is cool. this is very cool. Okay, so I'm just like, oh, this is cool. This is really, really cool. Now, actually, where is the bushes? All this, because this is actually really useful. Fortunately, they're really quite small. If we use this and then we go align to surface, then you get this like sort of tracks along the ground, which I think is really cool. Problem is, you don't really see this from very far away, so I don't know how much point there is to putting a lot of this in. Because you can see, like, as soon as you zoom out a little bit, it kind of just disappears and you don't really see it at all. But up close, you'll know it's there. Up close, you'll know it's there. Okay, let's not do too much of that, because I actually think that'll probably be a waste of our time, because you just don't see it. Now, we definitely want some boulders around this, like, lake area. I think if I could see, that would help. I think we want to go... Bring that down a bit. It's a little too big. Bring that down as well. There you go. Get some smaller ones in there. Now, I want to make sure, again, that I'm not blocking the view from the pathway, because we want to make sure that this is... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can't even see it from there. That's good. I will want some rocks that you can see, but just need to make sure that it's not blocking anything. No, that's good. Yeah, because I want to keep that little... Oh, hang on. Let me go down. Come on. There we go. I want to keep that sight line there open. Might even move that tree over a little bit, actually. About there. Then obviously move it down and then out of the water. There you go. Just keep that little area open there. I think if we do a... oh my god, camera. What are you doing? If we do some rocks sort of on this section here as well, I think that would look pretty cool. Let's go terrain. Actually paint some... And some around here as well. And also down here too, where we've got all these rocks. Not too much, but just like smatter it in there. So it's like, you know there's rocks there, but not a crazy amount. Okay, so a little bit here. Maybe a little bit there as well. I love that texture as well. If you use too much of that texture, it gets overwhelming. But a little bit of it, I think, looks good. Okay, so then we want to do maybe a rock here, and then we can have them sort of even kind of like they've, you know, sort of settled a little bit further down the mountain. They've sort of come down. And then something like that, but more of the, yeah, the little boulders. Like that. There you go. And then might get another one of these, but bring it down. Yeah, that's good. I like that with the rocks that are coming down that way. Then up there, I don't think we need to do too much further up the mountain, just because it's just supposed to be a mountain. But we can do some rocks here, I think. Maybe flatten that one, because I think that one always looks good when it's sort of laying on its side. Then we might even be able to get this one. If I do something like that, but then bring it down, because that's floating. That doesn't look great. There you go. Good. Good. This is one of the finest. Okay. Maybe some more around here. Just a little bit. And then where's rock 7? That's the small one. That's the one you're after. Now this is also going to sort of, I guess, have come down a little bit. So it's like kind of like the rocks are like, you know, falling off the edge a little bit. It's kind of breaking away. Okay, what does that look like? Maybe another one there. Ah, that looks cool. That looks cool. That looks like a mountain is what that looks like. Yes. So this is the process I go through. And then I get there. I'm just do a little bit of rock underneath that because it looks a bit bare. Okay. I like that. It's kind of all it really needs in that bit. Over here, I did want to do... Maybe we have some rocks on this side. So it's like you're whooshing past the rocks, you know? With that real whoosh kind of sound. Like there, and then a rock like here, and then... Okay, rock, that rock's too small. Sometimes you need the big rocks, you know? So it's not out of terrain, but it's out of all these rocks. Where the coaster sort of comes by and just like, whoa, whoa, look at that, man. That's crazy. That's That's bonkers, is what all the people on the coast will be saying. So it's not super tall, but you sort of come by that like, and yeah, commentary's at an all-time high today, so don't worry about that. Let's see. I wish you could make them bigger. I wish you could just scale some things up. It'd be really, really useful. Let's use some ponderosas. Oh yeah. Let me just reselect that, make sure it's not at the wrong angle. Now again, I don't want to overshadow the mountain at all with these trees, so I don't want to do them in a place that isn't going to help us out, but... Okay. Now, up here is more interesting. I don't know what we should do with that. If we should build it up higher toward it, or just have some trees or something under here. Whoops. Like, we can even get the freaking tall tree and put it up here like that. Like, what if I rotate it even a little bit, just so it's kind of precarious? I don't know if... that section of the ride's always been the difficult one to figure out what to do with, because it's like this huge floating section, and we got to make it look like it's kind of supposed to be like that. But I don't know. What if we go rocks? Because I definitely think we need some rocks up here. And then like, okay, not that. I want it to be... I don't know why I'm using this rock. I could have just used the other rock to do this, but... That's some weird... Now that looks even more like two poop. This is just turning into the poop coaster. Well, there's just two poops sitting on top of the coaster now. On top of that hill. I don't know. I seem to be building fecal matter everywhere. Let me align to surface up building here. I don't want it to look like poops. It's just kind of how it turned out. Hang on. What about like that? It's less than a poop now, but it doesn't really seem to make much sense though, does it? I don't know, I'm just playing around, seeing what this would look like if we just give it some sort of rock formation there. Hang on. Like, that way. I mean, it looks like something at least. Then over here, we can even get some rocks on the side. Oh, that like actually fits in there really nicely. So it just slotted right into that gap that we had. Okay. There. I think a lot of this should probably be rocks, just because it's such a sharp, not sharp, kind of steep section of like the world's tiny... Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. Of the world's tiniest mountain. There we go. Something like that. And then this one kind of has no support on it. That rock's just... Oh, wow. Okay. That's even worse. Hang on. There. And then if I get like a little rock... Little Rock, which I'm pretty sure is an actual place called Little Rock somewhere in the world. Little Rock. It's like kind of like Little Mix, but it's Little Rock. There we go. Ah, good. Bloop. Oh, that rock looks exactly the same as the one below it, so let's not use that. I mean, it looks interesting. It definitely, I think it looks cool, but you, to the untrained eye, looks great, I think. But if you've been here watching me build this entire thing, you know that whole thing is floating and there's no support. But I think that looks pretty... I think that does look really cool. That little mountain there and that one there. This one could probably use a bit more detail, but I think that looks really, really cool. It's just always going to have that no support thing. We could try and build our own supports, which I did ponder. I did ponderosa pine it, actually. I just don't know framework. We could use like this. And maybe use like these poles, because it's kind of the same size. Problem is, it would have to go up vertically, so it'd be like, let me actually bring this up. So it'd be, let's say we go from, because we need it to be fine. Let's go in the middle. So it'd be about there, but let's go here. So we want to bring that, oh no, you'd probably hit that with your face. Bring that down. The problem with this, actually, that's not the right pole to use. I wanted to use this one. Okay, bring this up. This might work. I just don't know if this is the best thing to build it out of. Visually. We'll just put that there and then we'll have a look. Okay. That should be okay. Maybe we could probably move it a little bit further over. And then, of course, I just put a crossbeam on top is my plan. Okay, so then... This is the only solution I see to it ever looking kind of like it makes sense. Now, I don't think you can rotate any of these bits to the side, so we'd have to use something else as like a thing. Does this have color options? Ooh. Because it doesn't... I mean, ignore the fact that it's actually a bit of stone and not like steel framework, but this is just something that we can position properly to how we need it. Okay, so that would go like that. Now, while we're here, let's accept that. Let me make sure, because there might be something better that we can use. See, this one places on the grid, so this might not be as good, but it might work. Oh, actually, hang on. This might be better. Does it have colors? No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Let's put that one back. Yeah, it's kind of arbitrary which items have colors and which ones don't. We could use a wooden plank as well. That's something that's in there. So that was wall decorations. What about column? No, columns wouldn't be able to go on the side. Wall pieces. It needs to be a part of a building just so we can use it multiple times. But I think that's probably what we'd have to use. Which I think from a distance it's okay, but it's a bit it's a bit sketch at the end of the day. Let me move the whole building just so it's there. Then we're going to go duplicate and move to there. So then we have these two kind of fake supports up there. Actually, this one should probably go a little bit further over. Or maybe not. I guess you really just need another one in the middle there. Yeah, I'll leave that there. Okay, well, it looks less sketchy. I mean, obviously, if you zoom in and have a look at it, you're like, oh, actually, that's a castle trim made out of stone and two random poles. But I think it's better than nothing. Okay, what I want to do as well, let's see if we can get like a little concrete base for these, because there are definitely base pieces that we could use. There's this castle base. We could stay on theme with the castle base. It would be in columns. Something like this. Okay, well, could it... The one time I want it to be on the grid. Damn it. Because this would be fine, but... What is this? Just... Something like... Yes, this one here, I think... No, hang on, I'll just use this one smaller. Okay, like this, and then... Go in. Good. This will kind of look like the other ones. I think that's almost... I almost accidentally got that right in the center. Like that. It kind of looks like the other ones. I mean, we'll know it's not. Now, this one over here is actually a different building, but I can't be bothered to select it and place it separately, so we'll just do it there. Yeah, there's actually two... Like, now this is part of that building, and it's kind of weird, but whatever. Yeah, look, they got supports. I think that's coming along, though. I think that is really coming along. Over this bit, I guess we probably want to carry on the theme of this coaster in that it's kind of a rocky... Because the suggestion was to do like a dirty kind of mine-themed coaster. It kind of is. It kind of is, because we've got the mountain over here and it goes through the mountain a little bit. But so that's kind of the loose theme that we have. The loose theme. So I guess we should probably continue that over here. If we can... do some terrain editing and actually bring this up a little bit higher in the middle and make it more of a kind of mountain bit in here too. That would be good. That'd be nice to try and terraform. It's always hard just to get... yeah, it's hard to get a peak going on it. Oh god, I need to turn down the intensity way down. Okay, because we need to try and make it look like a peak and not like a bulbous. Not like a beluga whale, which it currently looks like. Just like more, yeah, more mountainy. There you go. Now it's starting to look like more like a mountain. Now we got to be careful not to make it look like a poop. Oh, over here looks a bit weird too, actually, with that whole dug-in bit there. So we'll sort of push that back, and this will probably have a bunch of rocks through it as well. What I'll do, we can bring that forward a little bit, just so it's not so far back. This can go, because yeah, we want it needs to look nice and rugged as well, but not too rugged. Like that, like that. Okay. Oh, peekins in there. There's a small mountain in there. I think that'll be good. Okay, and then terrain painting. We get this, bring up the intensity a little bit. Just a little bit of RESPECT. Is what we want to get in here. Just a little bit of it. We want a bit of grass, but it's still going to be mountainy. I mean, this ride along the side here looks so looks so weird, but I kind of like how quirky this ride is in terms of it just being so weird. It is just, which I guess is exactly what quirky is, but you know what I mean. It's so interestingly weird. It really is. Okay, so now we can definitely get some trees in and around. Again, we want to be careful not to take away from anything of the ride. If we can get one, see, really one here would be fantastic. Can I get if I can get a large one? A large one. No, I don't think it's going to let me build outside of the park. Just because, the reason being is just so we can cover up the monstrosity that is that kind of area there. That should be fine, actually, because the car goes... Yeah, that one will work. Kind of goes right in the middle. That kind of helps us out. Now, I don't want to cover up that tiny little mountain with the tree, so let's be careful about that. From over here, we can get one about there. So you want to be looking at it like this. So the thing is, if you think about it, like you're going to take a photo from here, you can kind of see like all the peaks in that clear. We can probably get a tree in here. I still want it to have some nice foliage, you know, nice foliage, if you will. Should probably mix up some of the trees as well. I don't want too many other trees, but I think this probably should have a variety, just so it's not all the same tree. Over there, just some larger ones as well. Okay, yes, it's just not a huge variety, but it's just adds a little bit of something else. Can we get that down here? Ooh, we can. Cool. Oh, when I rotated it, we couldn't. There, we can get it there. Your legs might scrape that tree, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Might get that one there too. Yeah, okay. No, not building. Shops, no, not. I was already in the right category. I don't know why I was changing category so much. Okay, align to surface and building. I think this rock's probably going to be not quite right. Now this one, we probably want to get rocks, smaller rocks, obviously, because that one's way too big. If we go like this, there we go. Have these coming down this way? No, that's too big. Just coming down this side. Yeah. We can have a larger rock. It just has to be sort of out of the way. Maybe about there. That's good. Sort of sits in between all the pylons there. That can sit up there. And then that can go that way. Ooh, here you go. Here you go. That way. Okay, so get some rocks around there. Some just tattering down, if you will. Hang on, this way. There you go. And then we get the rock 7. Like that. Okay, over this side. This I could definitely use right there. Maybe like that. Hang on. Off the side of this thing might be get an interesting angle. Nope. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes because if you place the rocks off of each other with the aligned to surface, you can get some interesting rotations and angles that just make it look much more different than it would do otherwise. So that's what I'm trying to do. Oop, that one's actually floating a little bit. Okay. There, and then there. And there. Good. And I think this bit here should probably be painted as a rock. Because I think just that bit there. There you go. Cool. Cool, man. Shuckers. Let's get out a couple more trees. And then I'll probably call this a day. Mainly because it's been a while. But also because I would like to get your feedback. Because... Oh, no, not that tree there. It would have to be like shrubs or something in there. Mainly because I want to see what you guys think of this, because I haven't had any feedback while I'm doing this, and I'm hoping you like it. Otherwise, I apologize for wasting your time. I really do, but I'm sorry. I'm only doing my best. I'm doing something that I think looks cool anyway, and I think that's all you can ask for sometimes is just do your best. I do want a tree there, but I just want to make sure it wasn't blocking the way. That's okay. Okay, so it's obviously not done because there's a lot more detailing that could be done. I want to do some more stuff actually over here and around that, and I want to do something because I said I wanted to do something below this. I don't know what, so let me know because I think maybe if we just have a huge pit with like fire in it. I don't know. It seems a little bit off point, but I think that'd be good. Right, let's give it a ride because I know people will be saying, "Dude, ride the coaster, man," because we changed it up. So I totally agree with you. You're not wrong. Oh, slow down. Okay, that's slow. Okay. Yeah, so... Right. Thank you so much for watching, but make sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below because next episode I will be back. I'll be able to take your feedback. What I'll do on the next part is probably do a time-lapse so we can get some more stuff done a little bit quicker. Like I said earlier, I apologize that I couldn't do it for the last 3 episodes just because of the time constraints of having to do so many videos and all that. But I hope you still enjoyed these last 3 parts, even though they were a bit different to others in that we were building a coaster for 3 parts. But yeah, next time I want to do a time-lapse and hopefully just finish this coaster off and then we'll move on to something brand new when I'm back, is the idea. I actually really like the color of this coaster. It's like that subtle, like, orangey color. Oh, it's not subtle at all. It's definitely orange, but it's kind of like a dark orangey red. It's just like, oh, I like this part with all the trees around it. This actually looks really cool now. It was like really blank before, but this is cool. Oh, look at that view there. Oh, that view there I think is super cool, seeing all the coaster in front of you like that. That looks really cool. That tree slanted over there. Oh, I like these. I do like the rocks and the mountain sort of theme. That's cool. Okay, we got to finish up the coaster station, obviously, but that's really cool. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Otherwise, clearly, I don't know what people like. But I think it's really cool. I'm really happy with it anyway. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. But I'll see you next time. And have an awesome day.